had to be like, dog, do you want some bread for this painting?
Yeah.
That's been in my house.
Yeah.
Since
That's
like
sweet.
before the pandemic.
I could tell he's like uncomfortable to be like, hey man, like, not to bother you, but I need, like, it's 29th, and I'll be like, bro, it's not an issue, like.
Yeah.
But he's just like, I don't want to take money from nobody.
Yeah. Devin's just genuinely a good dude. The funniest thing, I met Devin Troy because my first ever book reading for Fresh Off the Boat, he showed up and he asked the best question. And somehow, it was like the second day, it was my second reading at like McNally Jackson. And he had, I think, already started reading the book or finished the book by the second day it was out. He raised his hand, he goes, hey man, you like spoke better English in the book, like the language changed from the blog. I thought the blog was more raw, like, what do you think about that? And I was like, I agree. Like, I had to like English my English because this is like a book we put out, but I feel you, like, I definitely thought the blog was more raw and direct and like real and like closer to my actual voice. Like, I had to create a compromised literary voice to like get the publisher to put it out and like attract other readers. And he was like, I was like, it's cool you asked a question. And he was like, it's cool you admit it. And we became like best homies.
Oh, that's
so
sick.
sweet.
My brother gave him a hat off his head. Dev still got it. Like 10 years later, like that's
Still
my man.
homies. Wow.
Yeah.
That's sick as hell.
And I know before camera started, Zach was saying you rent studio space from Dev.
Yeah. I have a little room from him, and I got in there and I had started doing like, drawings and shit, because I started doing visual art like first before anything. And I'm very like mentor driven with all the stuff that I like to do. Like, even if I get good at something, I'm still like, who's my mentor?
Yeah.
Even if I like get to the same level as someone, I'm like, okay, well, you still my mentor, and I look to a lot of people, and with visual art, it was always like, it was Frico in Atlanta, but now that I live out here and I met Devin and like we hit it off, I was like, I just try to soak up as much as I can, and like, it's fucked because I live in mid-city and his studio's downtown. And I'm like, bro, I got a whole girl and like be shooting and all this stuff. So I'm like, I try to like get over there as often as I can, but he's always like, man, I don't want to take your money from you if you're not over here. I'm like, bro, I don't. It's nothing to me. When I respect somebody and like want to be under their tutelage or their energy or whatever, like, it's an investment to me, even if I'm not present.
Yeah.
To be like, I'm holding that space. Nobody else can have that until I'm ready to come in there,
Exactly. Exactly. Like, I mean, people be dating that way. You know what I'm saying? You may not see me.
Right.
I may be doing some other things.
Right.
But you my girl.
And you can't fuck with nobody else until I get my shit together. Because I really want this.
Yeah.
Please don't fuck nobody.
Yeah. You my Bruce Leroy.
Right.
Master Devin Troy.
Yeah.
But I'm that way too. Like, I got one master chef like in China, and I only got to cook with him maybe 2 days ever.
Really?
Wow.
This dude, Chef Yu Bo, who owns Yu Family Kitchen, and dude, anytime I see him or his daughter, I'm just like, that's my master.
Yeah.
Because when you see someone do something that you love, like at a level significantly higher than yours, it's just on its face, I'm just like, respect.
Yeah.
I don't get jealous or nothing. Like, I'm always just like, bro, I'm so lucky to have seen level of greatness like this.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whether it's painting or whatever. But my bad, I didn't introduce you. I gotta introduce. Bro, straight up and down, we started this podcast. There was only 2 people we were like, we got to have on. You and Tim Robinson. We was just like, we want these 2 dudes on.
You just want all the weirdos and the autistic motherfuckers.
This is the on the spectrum pod.
Right.
But it's just like, no, man, like, it's funny because I came to know you straight up as a fan off Twitter. I would just see things all my friends were retweeting, and it was always you. I'm like, yo, this motherfucker's funny. And then I met you. This was the worst meeting I've ever had because I was so faded.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, at the Edition Steps at Art Basel.
In Miami.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I never get like starstruck or just like fucked up in the head, but I ran into you and didn't know what to say.
Well, we didn't say shit to each other because I knew who you was.
Yeah.
And then you was standing next to Nori.
Yeah. Nori got me drunk on Pinot Grigio, and fucking, I was drinking Robitussin and Pinot Grigio.
Yes, and I was also very fucked up.
Yeah.
And I was walking around with Janice Griffith.
Yes. Yes.
So I'm also terrified. You know what I mean? Like, I'm terrified times 6.
Yeah.
And then I see Nori and Eddie Wine. I was like, I'm not saying shit to none of them unless they say something. So we all just looked at each other.
And I was like, and I felt all fucked up. Cause like, damn, I've been wanting to meet this fool. And I just like froze up like,
I didn't know what to say. Like, this was before Nori had Drink Champs going, like anything. So he was still kind of like in the ether, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's Nori from my childhood.
Yeah,
you know
super thug.
Yeah, exactly. So seeing him, and then it's Miami, and you just met Janice Griffin. This was my first time really like traveling and getting out. I was like, this is too much.
Yeah. It was my first Art Basel. I was overwhelmed, and I never thought I was gonna meet like a real motherfucker like you out there. You know, like Nori, I knew I was gonna see because he lived in Miami, and then him and Fat Joe had me go to like this wild seafood restaurant. But then like running into you, I'm like, yo, that's that dude I just be retweeting on Twitter all the fucking time. Like every take in the world, I was just like, dude, he has the best take. He got the best take every time.
That's what I try to wait on now, is like a time to have a take, so I just don't be like rattling off too much. And that was funny to be like in Miami too, because like that was my first time out there, and like I got to decide why I love it and immediately why I hate it. And don't ever want to go back. Like,
for sure.
Miami's nasty as fuck. I don't get
it's the swamp, bro.
It's where black people go to act like Armenians. Like, it ain't.
Or Chinese people. You know what I'm saying?
Like, what are we doing out here? Like, it's so bizarre. You know, the club shit.
We gotta go out to Miami when it's not Art Basel. And I feel like, honestly, I like to go out to Miami because I got all my gambling junkie friends are out there. Like, my bookie is out in Miami. And so, like, we go to this place, Flanagan's. You watch sports?
Oh my God, I'm dying.
Bro, you gotta come join us when we just trying to hit parlays on the NBA playoffs.
Okay.
Like, I'm gonna roll out there in a few weeks if wifey lets me. Or if wifey comes too, we just gonna lay parlays on the NBA playoffs, bro. We know what, Zach, you gotta come and bring Kat so that we can make this dull day so I can go out there and gamble all our money on the fucking Knicks.
I like that.
You gotta bring them out, and then they don't even want to hang out with you.
No, absolutely not. But
they go off and do their own thing.
I need to be like on the ground.
Hey man, I got 2 credit cards. She got one, and the other one my bookie got. You know?
All 3, we're all there.
Yeah, women come so they can set up a military base close to what you're doing, so they can monitor. But they still doing their own operations.
Yeah, they just need to have a base. They need. It's like, is Manuel Noriega in the Philippines? That's what they try to do out there.
I like Miami though. I like Miami, not Art Basel week. But like to eat and just hang out.
Bro, I love Miami.
Especially when you live in New York. Miami, just like pop down, the best.
Growing up from Florida, I had like shame about going to New York from Florida. Everyone thought I was so ignorant. But I also was like wearing like like a green hat with green shoes and a green shirt and like the biggest jeans I could find in 2005. Yeah, still
looking like Lil Flip.
And I was in law school like that, bro. And people were like, yo, what is this Chinese person from Florida? And then like there were certain artists I didn't know that were like the more woke artists, right? And I was just like all No Limit, all Cash Money, like Southern rap, like you bought out of a trunk. So I had to really adjust my flow when I got to New York.
Really?
It was interesting.
Really? Because that was 2005 was such a special time because it was the 2000s was the last time where you were allowed to be like culturally ignorant, like geographically about some other shit because social media now, like everybody dressing like everybody rapping like everybody. There's no regional style. Outside of like, you know, rap music, like deep rap music, it doesn't exist anymore. Like, this motherfuckers in New York,
for sure.
Gen Z that are dressing like they got a Mike Vick jersey on with a ballerina skirt, some Bottega boots. Like, there's nothing anymore. It's all post.
I liked when it was regional.
Yeah.
Because I remember growing up,
know.
like we'd go to the Blockbuster with the homies and like read the source, right? And they're like ranking the best MCs, you know, it's like Rakim, yada, yada. Be like, man, Mystical's better than all these motherfuckers.
Yeah, exactly. Like
It was fun when it was so loyal to the soil like that.
Yeah, and like now it's like, you know, New York with the grime shit and drill and happening. Like it's like so much shit just like has gotten muddied and like, which is cool. You know, it's cool for the age of information and the internet, but I do miss when it was like, you can look at a motherfucker and be like, you are from Houston.
Yes.
100%.
Yeah.
You know?
For sure.
Now everyone look like an Asian lizard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like, because Asian people be mixing everybody's style.
Yeah.
You know, like even Nigo, like I remember when Nigo first started popping, I'm like, bro, this guy dressed like an Asian lizard.
Yeah.
Like this is crazy, him and Pharrell. But like, you know,
funny.
now everybody does that style.
Everybody, like like all the motherfuckers in YSL and like how Atlanta dudes dress like now. I'm like, dude, you know there's an Asian grandma in San Francisco who's wearing this exact same outfit and she's just walking to get like oranges. You know what I mean? Like she's not even,
She did not put the fit together.
Yeah, she's
Sumo oranges.
Right.
You can almost tell everyone's like reference pick now. Like you could tell they like pulled some shit up to get dressed, or they have it in their mind and their mood board. And it's just like, okay.
Yeah, because we're all looking at the same apps.
Because I be seeing
All the
Jonah
time.
Hill copycats around LA. I'm like the Phoenix Suns jersey tucked in shit.
Yes.
I'm like, whoa, bro, you just tried to recreate the Jonah Hill meme. This is crazy.
Yeah.
It's like different like sub versions of the same person and their style and whatever it is.
When white men have allegations, they try to dress like Jonah Hill so they can like mask it a little bit. And
Allegations.
Like, no, you're we know what you did, bro.
She put me onto this store, the James Purse store, right? I'd never been in this. I put the shit on, and I swear to God, everything in there looks like something dudes on Billions would wear. I'm like, yo, this is tax evasion fashion. Like, you wear this to evade taxes.
Right.
Like, it's expensive, it feels good on my body, but I look like I shop at Target. It looks like trash.
You look like,
That's James Purse's tax evasion wear.
Damn, the Ponzi scheme. Ponzi scheme fits.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yup.
Yeah.
Young Axe Financial.
Yeah, my shit lately, I've been trying to get more into like I want to be. I want to be.
Clearly, we into micro corduroy.
Oh yeah,
you know we both micro corduroy boys.
Exactly. This is gonna last. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to be the most like fashionable motherfucker on like Last of Us. Like, you know what I mean?
I like apocalypse workwear. Apocalypse workwear.
Workwear shit that like a pocket knife won't go through, but it's still
zombie work.
Killing, like.
It's gonna leave a little mark.
A little mark, but that mark will just, now it's just distress. Like,
you've been through something.
I've been getting a lot of like archival Oakley and like old shit like that, like ski pants and shit. Like I like Hoka, like all functional.
Oh wow.
I want to look
Hoka.
like
The Hoka's a risk, dog. That's a risky one. That's a risky one.
Hoka's a risk?
I think risky. Hoka's risky, man. But you like Hoka. Reggie Watts had the Hoka shoes on yesterday.
I tried to
fuck
buy a
with the
pair of
Hokas.
Hokas because I heard they were like the best for your feet, and he was like,
I just seen a
was
lot
like,
of
"You
Allbirds
can't."
type shorties on Runyon wearing Hoka, so I was like, oh, there's a Hoka Allbirds Venn diagram.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, there is for sure.
I was like,
there is for sure.
1000%.
Yeah.
But there's also an Oakley me.
That's true.
And the alt-right Venn diagram. Like,
That's true.
All right.
They got that. They got that shit on lock. And Oakley, I want to study like how that happened because Oakley, their swag used to be like Y2K, like hacker gay swag. Like, you know, I'm like early like
that's crazy.
Like 90s like bisexual like trans motherfuckers who were like gender
like
fluid.
kind of
like,
rave shit, right? Like it was like ravey.
And then
the holographic lenses.
And then at some point Oakley was like, no, Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
They went Ralph
that's how
Lauren. That's
I
what
know
Polo
it.
did.
They were like,
Fucked it
get your
up.
gay ass
they
out of
didn't
here.
go Ralph Lauren. They went like baseball player.
Yes.
Kind of
No, what
almost
I mean,
like
Ralph Lauren didn't want the hood wearing rugby, so they were like,
They switched the marketing.
I know
They
they
switched the
didn't they
marketing.
end rugby.
Yeah.
I used to love.
And then
rugby.
Votto ended too. Like Votto was just, you know, his career was going like this, and then rugby closed, and Votto was just no more, man. We only got one Guns and Butter album.
Right.
That's it. R.I.P. Votto.
R.I.P. Yeah, nah,
my
that
bad.
shit.
I took the conversation of Vado. And like anytime
We
I can
can
get
always
it
go
to
to
Dipset,
Vado.
I'm just
That's
like, yo, speaking in tongues.
I like that. I like that your neurons are just ready to talk about Cameron.
Dipset at any moment. At any moment.
Yeah.
Nah,
Damn.
this is sick. You got a sick place. These dumplings
Thank
are
you.
fucking incredible. I'm
Thank
like
you.
trying to pace myself.
Pace yourself, but you know this is a
so
relationship podcast, right? We be talking about relationships.
do.
Oh, okay, that's
I,
y'all still.
I have some
Yeah, a little
information
bit,
that
a
I
little
don't know
bit.
if you have this information as well.
Oh shit.
Oh, he's so excited to drop this for you.
But did you know our shorties matched each other on a dating app before?
What?
That's how we met.
I did not know this.
We met on Raya.
What? Yeah.
We met on Raya.
Mind blown. My brother.
My
No,
brother.
but it was not like that.
It's been a long time.
Yo, see, this is like, yo, we sister restaurants, me and Zach,
Wow,
you know?
that's so sick.
Yeah.
We
This is
matched
like
on
IHOP
Raya, but,
and Waffle
like,
House.
we were the homies.
Yeah. I don't care how the story ends. Y'all fucked.
Yeah.
No,
Y'all
we
had
didn't.
sex.
Yeah.
The
No
story-
matter what she said,
happened.
they have eaten.
They eat.
Yeah,
Yo,
they
ate.
eat,
The
they
story-
scissor.
the story is
I loved it.
literally-
I'm so happy for y'all.
Kat
you know?
came over my
I feel
apartment.
closer to Zach because of this.
This is awesome.
Amazing. I was like, I can't wait to
all
drop this on Zach.
connected.
Because like I know Kat didn't tell him.
She definitely
No,
didn't.
that's so funny. But we literally met, and then Kat lived in LA, I lived in New York, and she came
So
over.
y'all were long distance.
No, we were just like homies.
Y'all was
We
sending
were
pussy pics?
homies. No, we were
Y'all
homies.
gay.
And I was just like, I used to follow like Ass Camp, and I was like, because Kat has a workout class called Ass Camp, which is
Oh.
like insane. I went one time and like couldn't move. It literally like changed my life.
Let's go to Ass Camp,
It's
babe.
so good.
It's fire.
And she came over and we ran. I lived in Williamsburg and we ran over the Williamsburg Bridge, and then we got donuts, and it was just like a fun hang.
That's cute.
And then we were internet friends.
They were in a relationship.
No.
You ran across a bridge and ate dessert together?
We almost got the U-Haul truck out. You know what
That's
I
how
mean?
I know she was testing if she was gonna eat your pussy. Cause Kat, when she wants to date somebody, her test is I'm gonna exercise with this motherfucker.
Oh,
and
like
it's-
smell them. Like if you like
nah,
not
she
smelling good.
she just sees if they can keep up, and if that's what she likes to do.
Did she exercise with you like early on? Was she
like,
let's go.
her exercising is like me saying let's go to a comedy show or let's go see Vado.
Yeah.
Set, 'cause
Guns
they're-
and butter.
Yeah.
Let's go see-
I'm
Yeah.
going the UN Guns and
You know what I
Butter
mean?
tour.
Like that's
Yeah.
her mating
For sure.
call. So
Maybe that's why it didn't work out
Ooh.
because I was like a little thick at the time. Like I was in my thick era, and I was just like not going on runs.
That's a
at
good
all.
era.
And
I've
I
seen
was
the
like, oh
photos
my
from that
God.
era.
this is fire.
Yeah.
This is a
I
crazy
was like,
story.
shit.
I was like, this can't get better.
Insane.
I was like, I'm not gonna tell Zach what I'm about to tell him on this show, but if you don't like it, we can edit it out. I was like, I have to get him live hearing this news.
The live reaction.
Imagine me being like,
So good.
no, that's not what I want to talk
Throw the
about.
dumplings on the ground and leave.
Benjamin?
That's crazy,
That's
man.
funny. Yeah.
That's tight as fuck. Yeah, no, I love hearing. Like, I don't know about you, but I love hearing like dating history, shit like that.
Yes.
I'm never like
Yeah.
weird about it. The more, the merrier. I would spill all the famous people that my girl been with. There's two that I want to spill,
Like, do
but
tell.
I
Wait, we'll have Kat on. She can spill.
gotta just
Yeah, we gotta have
Yeah,
Kat on. We gotta have Kat on.
because
We'll have Kat
I
on.
blurted it
She
out
can
at a
spill.
party one time, and she was acting like, yeah, well, I didn't want people to know that, but I'm like, that shit
Yeah.
is hilarious.
That shit's funny.
I remember too, me and Kat were like, we were messing with the same guy at one time.
So fire.
And because she was like, yo, did you ever like, do you know this guy? Because we have a mutual on Instagram. And I was like, yeah, he's kind of the fucking worst. I was like, he's fucking weird. And she was like, yo, same. Like, he's like doing all this shit. And we were kind of like, yeah.
Yo,
Yo, y'all are
we
the same, and then y'all met the two of
connected
us. And was
Right.
like, oh yeah, I
connected
fuck
over
with these
this
two.
whack
But you gotta
dude.
move correct. You will be deaded out here if you like really get on the bad side.
The dick report
of
gotta be
one
good.
bad bitch.
Yeah,
like,
that's it. Everyone,
It's
yeah.
over with.
Because there's like only 100 of them, and
Right.
they all on the same group chat.
yes, they all talk. And
Yeah,
if
yeah.
like 50 of them are over there and 50 of them are over here, they're gonna find out. Like
sure.
they're gonna talk
Yeah.
about you.
There's
You
like a
gotta
bat
keep
signal.
the Kelly Blue Book clean.
Yeah.
You know, that Carfax gotta be good.
Yeah.
Yes.
In LA or New York.
Well, that's why Instagram
Or then you gotta move to
Mutuals-
Detroit.
Yeah. Instagram Mutuals has destroyed the dating pool. Because it's just you see, you're like, oh, you know them? What's up with them?
Yeah.
And it's immediate like red or green flag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Which
feel
is
like I don't know. Y'all have been together how many years?
Two.
like two.
2 years.
Yeah.
So you have a closer look on the dating world than I do.
Yeah.
Me and Kevin together since like 2018, but like
Okay.
I'm terrified of ever going back. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I'd be like, bitch, if you ever leave me, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna become a furry or something where it's just, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
at least in the furry world, I can guarantee that there's some mutual interest and we're all gonna dance in these suits and I will get laid. Out here in this world, like this shit is terrible.
It is, man. And the thing for me is just like, once you find your person, and like I've been in love a few times, but like not ever anything like close to this.
Yeah.
And I've never turned I turn to her random days, probably at least twice a week. And I'm just like, dude, I would definitely assisted suicide if you weren't here.
No, absolutely.
Like straight up and down. Like
Absolutely.
you can't go back from this.
I'm not going to the streets ever again. Like I don't understand what the fuck is going on. It be bitches that's super bad and they be a lawyer or some shit and then they ask you like what's your grand rising or some shit like that. Like I don't know what shows they're watching. I don't know what they're into. I don't know. It's all foreign at this point. You know what I mean?
To me, the romance shit feels like this, right? It's like, you know, when you're a little kid, the things you love are very pure and you feel very pure and you feel like connected to every fucking cell in your body. Then something happens in adolescence where you're just like, I'm not good enough.
Yeah.
None of this is good enough. My parents aren't good enough and I gotta go find something else. I swear, like, if there's one way for me to explain how I feel is like, I fell in love, I met her, and then I could just like be my dumb little kid self. Like I wake up at 9:30 and I'll karaoke Careless Whispers.
Yeah.
Cause I think that's fun.
Yeah.
And she don't care and she likes it and she play around. And I'm like, yo, this is only shit I would do with my brothers and my family.
Yeah.
And it's like, I really do think once you in the pocket, it's like coming home to like the real baby you.
Yeah.
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 So you never want to leave that.
1000%. That's the crux of it. Is like getting back to that common denominator of who just makes you feel like you're all romance is weird as fuck.
Yeah.
Because everybody trying to fuck their daddy or their mama.
It's true. Yeah,
And
word
if you
of
think
God.
you're not,
Yeah.
if you're running from the fact that you think you're not
Well,
trying to
in
fuck
my
your
case,
mom,
it's my brother.
that's because you have a problem with your mom. Something happened. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So everybody's
Yeah.
either running from or running towards the idea of a paternal instinct that they're looking for to feel safe again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or, you know, it was wrecked, so they're trying to repair it.
Yeah.
Or they never want to have it again. So, you know, I think I don't believe in soulmates, but I think everybody got like 4 to 5 out there.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
4 to 5. And that's why dating apps are bad, because it makes you think that there could be hundreds, maybe even thousands of people
For
I'm
sure.
compatible with. You're not.
No.
You're definitely
But also
not.
dating
I don't
apps
think.
now, like you can go look at someone's Instagram and you can kind of chameleon yourself into what you think this person's gonna like, right?
Yes.
Like I can look and be like, oh, you were at Six Flags 6 months ago. Like I love Six Flags. It's just very strange. The pool, it's very weird how much information you have about somebody going into that.
Because you're giving them recipes on how to waste your time.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
We giving away the whole map of
You could go 3-4 months like fooling somebody.
Not knowing.
For sure.
It's
That's
true.
why he has a hard 90-day rule.
Yes. I have a hard 90-day rule when I was dating. Was really just like under 90 days, I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna let you in. You can see whatever you want, you know?
Yeah.
And like ask and answer. Like any question you want, I'll give you an answer. But at 90 days, I will know if I really wanna like play playoff games with you. And either we go past the 90 or I'm like, it's over.
Yeah.
Cause I was just always like, you know, within 90 days, if like you really want to be with this person at the worst moments.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
No, for real. I say like, you know, people try to go on like fancy dates and stuff to like prove, you know, the infatuation and prove the compatibility. But I'm like, if you want to find out if you like somebody, go to Applebee's with them, or go or travel somewhere not fun. Travel somewhere just okay with them, because you get to see. You know everything about a man or a woman by how they act in the motherfucking airport.
Yeah, and if they
That's
lose
what
their
she was
luggage,
saying.
I told him one time we were flying from, I don't know, we were flying to like New York or something, and they lost his bag, and he was so cool about it. And we'd already been dating for like a year at this point. Like we were engaged. Like we're doing this shit.
Imagine he's the type of guy who freaks out
like,
about a little carrying.
I was like, thank God you're so chill, because that's like a telltale sign. My mom always told me that. She was like, don't ever date somebody seriously until you've traveled with them and something went wrong.
Yeah.
Then you see like how people respond.
They handle crisis.
With anger, yeah.
Which is life.
Yeah,
Life
life is crisis.
Strung together crisis.
For sure, man. For sure.
For real.
Yeah.
That's what it is. For me, it's just like under 90 days. Do I care about you? You know, like, do I actually care? If I care, I'm gonna stay with this. But if not, I gotta keep it real.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But
do you remember your first date with Kat?
My first time, so we met at Kenny Beats had his first show out here.
Yeah.
I think it was at like Los Globos or something like that. But you know, now his shows are fucking huge and massive. They sell out everywhere. And and we were supposed to link because one of my homeboys was like, which was really like, it was so dope because he was like, yeah, like I hooked up with this girl, but I really feel like y'all would hit it off. So I'm looking at her and I'm like, you took this down like and it wasn't like in a like weird dominating like patriarchal way where he was like trying to be like, well, I got her, so if you do it, then it's you know, it was literally him just being like, we just didn't go further than that, but y'all seemed like y'all would. And then we linked at the show and we were just talking and I was like super shy, and this was I was still getting like blackout drunk on like Wednesdays. So she had to like drive me home or something like that. And then, I think I just like a few nights after that, I came over and just like blew her back out. I was like, let's just get it. I think we just got it out of the way, which was really, I will say this, we did everything the quote unquote not correct or like linear way. We did not like go on a date and then hook up and then like we met and then we had a like weird one-off like hookup, but we both liked it so much that we were like, wait, we should go eat. And I think everybody should do it like that.
That's so much. That's like really important.
And I know, and I get it, and I get like the implications of that. That's scary because you're letting a dude into your body without knowing if he's gonna deliver on something else. It was different for us because we kind of had. We talked and we were like, well, we like each other. And we were trying to plan a date, but then just ended up fucking before that ever happened.
But you can kind of tell, like, if your banter with somebody is good. Is there, you can kind of tell, like, this is gonna be good. And then sometimes you're disappointed, but sometimes you're like completely right. Like in your case, you're like, oh shit, we knew.
But imagine going to fucking your favorite restaurant and then, you know, and the dick is bad.
Poisoning, Oof. You don't want that.
You know?
We broke every rule but went the complete opposite. But my thing is, I really think with relationships, it's good to be like, break every rule. You just got to do you. And like whatever that person is.
I think whatever your personal rules are. Like I'd never dated somebody the way that I dated you before. Like we got to know each other. Because I had mentioned randomly one time, I was like, oh yeah, like I like delayed pleasure. Like kind of just like saying like, you know, you don't want to get everything you want right away. And he was like,
I took it real serious though.
He took it to heart. He was like, I'm not even gonna kiss you, bitch. I'm not even gonna
honestly, not being funny on some Me Too shit.
And I was like, do you fuck with me? Like, but the time he kissed me, I was like, I thought we were friends, bro. Like, I thought you didn't even fuck with me.
I was like, yo, I'm gonna follow the rules.
That's fire.
This is a post-Me Too world.
It was really cool.
A slow burn, you know?
It was cool for us.
I really liked it. You know, like, my thing is like, you know, once I could tell from the first day, I was like, oh, I'm gonna like her. I was just like, let me like really just like kind of be cool with this. Cause like when I'm enjoying the dating and the banter and the relationship, my mind doesn't even get to the sex yet. Like I'm still just like, whoa, this is pretty romantic and cool because I'm like a nerd. You know what I mean? Like I'm a nerd about romance. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like, you know how you're saying everyone want to fuck their mom or dad? I love my parents, but I was like, I would like to meet a woman that loves me in this way, because my issue with my mom is she never loved me the way I wanted her to. It was always like the things she valued about me were not things that I valued about myself.
Of course,
And a lot of that is the immigrant thing, like being Taiwanese, coming here, like she cares about like getting good grades and being a professional. And I'm just like, Mom, those things don't matter to me. So she never appreciated what I wanted. So I think I was looking for someone that appreciated the other side of me. And like, it's very rare.
You want to fuck your anti-mom.
Anti-mom.
Yeah.
Wanting to fuck the opposite of your mom. You see how I was saying?
That's still
Yeah.
the same thing, though. Because you
Anti-mom.
had your mom.
You had the
you're like,
reference
I don't
point.
want that. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
Yeah. It's definitely still driven by the mom and the dad shit.
Yeah, it's everything. They fuck us up so much,
For
and
sure.
you know, we all like, you know what I mean? Congratulations, you get to fuck up a child.
Yeah, I
too.
know.
Have y'all announced that? Do people know?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're just
We did on that.
we're
We got it out on the first pod.
Yeah.
Wifey's pregnant.
Yeah.
We good.
I mean, do you guys like have anxieties or fears around that? I mean, because it's like, it's not, you know, there's levels to it, of course. You know, you guys aren't going to be like fucking insane parents. You're going to be wonderful parents. But do you have like anxieties about like
I do.
the stimulus and how every little thing affects how your son and or daughter will view romantic partners in the future?
I mean, just because like we talk about this a lot. My mom is amazing. You met my mom.
Yeah,
she loves you. She's like obsessed
so
with you.
She's so sick.
And she's the best. I love her. She was such a good mom to me. I needed something else growing up. I needed a very structured, very regimented parent. But it's no fault to my mom. She just parented me the way that she, you know, decided to, or was natural to her or whatever. And I'm grateful for it now. But growing up, I think I needed something else. I wanted something else. I looked at like cousins or friends that had really strict parents, and I was like, that would be tight to like have somebody guide me and lead the way, because I was such a kind of free-spirited child that I would be like, I'm gonna go do shrooms in a field, and my mom was like, let me know, I'll pick you up, like drink some water, I'll make you a bowl of pasta so you don't throw up. And I was like, dude, I need somebody to be like, no, stop, like do your homework before you go do like, you know. So I just worry that my natural disposition as a parent will just be something other than what my child needs. And like, I'm happy to adjust, but as a kid, you don't have the language or the kind of awareness about yourself to be like, I need something else, and know how to communicate that.
We already see with the dogs though. Like it's gonna, I'm actually, I'll tell you, I don't have much anxiety and I'm not nervous, probably because I'm not carrying the child. And my hormones are going crazy.
Totally.
Also, like I'm high half the day and like kind of stupid. So it's like maybe I don't even know to be nervous, but I'm just like, I can't wait. You know? I'm just gonna like, it's gonna be my new best friend, and we're gonna talk, and I'm gonna do what it needs. But like with the dog is, I wake up every day, I let the dog out, I feed it, I do all the stuff, set it up, and then she comes in and I'm like Mr. Discipline and Mr. like, dog do this, dog do that. And then the dog's like completely worn out by me. And then she comes up and is like, I love you, come on, and calms the dog down. The dog gets really calm, loves her, gets its confidence. And then like when I gotta like take the dog on a hike or whatever, it's like ready to work. And it's like, all right, I'm ready for Eddie. So it's like, we're really opposite with the dog. And I think it's gonna be that way with the kid.
We balance each other out really well. But I think it's totally that. I'm like hormonal as fuck. It's like all I think about all the time. It's great. It's so weird. It's so weird having like this happen to you, because you start, no, I swear to God, because you start thinking about things that you would never think about before. We'll be
like with travel,
just anything,
cars,
dude. I'm like in the car, and I'm like, what if we got in an accident right now? Because I don't care. Not that I don't care about myself, but it was just different when it was just me. And I'm like, oh my God, now I am literally a UPS package, and there's a fucking like, there's a fragile little baby inside of me, and I need to be smarter.
Before you're like, I could get hit by a car.
Dude,
like,
you get
what the fuck
so
cares?
stupid when you're pregnant. It's crazy.
Really?
I can't access like information. I like looking for a word. I couldn't find the word usual. I was like, how do you describe
She'll forget
this?
memories.
I'm like, oh my God.
What's the word for like, it's always happening? Like it's
popping.
I was like, it's super common. It's just like, you're stupid. Your brain is not working. But you're also making a brain, so I guess that's why. But, dude.
I mean, it's just like being exhausted all the time.
Yeah.
Like I'll be like, oh,
Yeah.
remember that photo? And she won't remember this photo. Like,
Yeah.
and,
Being
like
a dick.
random things. She'll be like, huh? And the next day she'll be pointing at it. I'm like, you know, you couldn't remember this yesterday. She's like, dude, my brain is just not
That's
working.
crazy.
It's
That's how I feel
weird.
too after having COVID twice. So I think we're on the same.
Yeah.
It's very similar.
Yeah,
It's a very, very
being
similar
pregnant
telling
and
you.
getting COVID twice,
Yeah.
your brain is at the same
Yeah.
operational level.
You were all the
You
4
really
vaccines.
do.
I'm just
Yeah,
like, I don't know if it's the vaccines or the COVID, but I feel stupider
I'm
than
not getting
2019.
another fucking shot. I
No.
swear to God.
Yeah.
Like,
Good.
y'all not finna run a train on my body. With this. I did the first one.
Yeah, I did too.
I did the fucking boost. I did what they said.
Yeah.
Any other, I don't care what disease
I'm
comes
done
out.
now.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Bro, I got
done.
4 and I'm done.
I'm not even
I don't think I could get
anti-
any more.
Yeah.
But I
Well,
don't want them.
they encourage it. They're like, keep getting your booster every 6 months
no,
or something.
you're
I'm
not.
like,
Good.
somebody told me, they're like, you should get another one so your baby can. And I was like, fuck you, bro.
Look, I still agree with
can't
what
at
us
all.
like democratic liberal people were saying was like get the shots and get the booster before we knew all the shit.
Yeah.
But now after having gone through this, I'm like, guys, this we really didn't know what the fuck we were
We
doing.
jumped the gun. Everybody
Yeah,
jumped
we
the gun.
jumped the
We
gun.
jumped the gun.
We jumped the gun.
Everybody
Crazy.
jumped the gun.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy. And I had COVID. It was terrible. It
Yeah.
was a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like, it probably took a chunk out of my brain.
For sure.
But yeah, the shots and the shit, I'm just like,
There was no hiding from
I
it.
had it before I got the shots. I had it after I got the shots. And honestly, it was worse after. It probably was the strain I got. But like, yo, it did not help me. Like,
Yeah.
I was fucked up either way.
Just out of my experience, I'm like, yo, I think it was gonna like the thing with the COVID is like I don't think there was any hiding from it.
yeah, no.
No, it was going to mutate
You know?
and like do things and
Yeah.
exist.
It was gonna,
a virus.
It was gonna get all of us at some point.
if you
Yeah.
lived in Atlanta during that time, you're getting COVID, bro.
Yeah.
Like the whole city
Yeah.
just acted like nothing was happening.
Oh, Atlanta was open like
The
that?
strip club was open like that.
shit.
Like,
Florida too.
this
Yeah,
is
that
throwing-
was- when
this
people
is
talk
throwing
about-
pussy COVID
Yeah.
air in your face,
When
like
people talk about first
Delicious.
responders, I'm like, yo, the strippers that were stripping during those are the real first responders.
Real heroes.
Yeah.
I had my girlfriends that were still doing like the underground parties, and I was like, yo, you're crazy.
It's
You're
a
crazy.
recession-proof business.
oh yeah.
I mean, it's
Stripping
not, but I
is
guess,
recession-proof.
yeah. You know, don't strippers predict recessions?
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
But
You've
they
never seen
survived
that.
through them.
Yeah, but like it'll always be a stripper being like, yeah, it's been slow and I'm not
Oh,
getting
yeah,
tipped
yeah.
as well. So
That
like
is true.
watch
That's
your
true.
money. And then
That
like
is true.
6 months later, everyone's like, oh shit.
That's what that show Last of Us is really missing.
Yeah, the
Strippers.
strippers.
Is the strippers.
There
Yeah.
would be a strip
I
club.
know they're
there
out
would
there.
be a
If
strip
people
club.
are still
Somebody
fucking,
selling
people are still
pussy in a
shipping.
zombie
For sure.
apocalypse.
1000%.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
1000%.
Absolutely, yeah.
The fact that they haven't written that in yet.
Yeah.
Watch next
I
week.
wouldn't
There's
want
a
to be
2-hour
alive
episode.
if there
Yeah.
wasn't, you know, pussy running around.
Yeah,
Like
no.
I'd be
Yeah.
like, yo, give me the fucking Kevorkian.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
out.
No, I'd kill
Yeah,
myself in
yeah,
the first
yeah.
5 to 10 minutes.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Just to the
Damn,
dome.
he's at 5 to 10
5
minutes.
to 10
Yeah.
minutes.
He's not
yeah.
even giving it a
It was a good
chance.
time.
No.
They can't even set the club up.
This is
You're like-
already bad.
Yeah.
This already
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah.
This level
Yeah.
of it. Like, I'm gonna leave
Yeah.
y'all's house and look at LA and be like, this is cancer.
Yeah.
This is great, hanging out.
Yeah, but
Fucking
then
awesome.
you go down the hill and you're
Oh
like,
my
fuck.
God.
Like
Get me
life's
outta
hard
here.
enough, man. Life's
Yeah.
really hard enough. There's
Yeah.
enough stress and anxiety in regular life.
Yeah.
Anything dips it like 25% below, I'm like, sleep is cool.
Yeah, it's cool. Rest?
forever
Oh, you mean
sleep?
rest?
Rest.
I'd love
I
that.
would take that.
I
I
love
might
that.
take that.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I'm not
I
mad
might
at that
take
at all.
Nah, no, I'm
Yeah.
good. I don't need
Yeah.
my seed to exist in whatever next
Yeah.
iteration of the world after the apocalypse. What am I
Yeah.
being greedy for?
Yeah.
I don't know
I
if it's
did it.
getting better. I think we actually like peaked in the 90s, man. I swear to God.
I was just telling somebody this,
Damn.
that was it.
Yeah.
That's it.
That it was the best cartoons, the best movies, the best music,
Yeah.
the best video games,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
best fashion. Music was
Yeah.
just going nuts.
The
like,
end of everything is just that first Diplomatic Immunity album was the peak of civilization.
that was it.
After Diplomatic Immunity 1, it goes down a fucking
When
hill.
50 Cent dropped was
Yeah.
That was it.
that was
50
the end
Cent
of culture.
G-Unit
Like,
Diplomats.
it was
that
the
was
peak.
That was it.
Yeah.
Boo
it
Boo
just-
number one.
It was not possible to get better.
Yeah. I was about to
beat
say
it.
that, dude. That G-Unit album,
Yeah.
Diplomatic Immunity, that was the peak of culture.
I'll even say this,
Yeah.
like the late 2000s, you know, with Mos Def coming back with his album, Q-Tip, MF Doom drop, Ghostface drop.
Doom was mean.
I think Cameron and Vado had another thing in 2009.
French Montana, early Montana.
Early Montana, Flocka, Gucci Mane was out.
Future, what Future
was popping out. He was popping out.
Starting to,
Pluto was popping out. And then
astronaut status. Yeah, he had the astronaut status tape.
Astronaut status was 09. And then on top of that, white people were going nuts.
Yeah.
White people music was at its peak in 2009.
Yes.
With fucking MGM2,
Yep.
Kesha, Empire of the Sun.
Breakbot shit was cool too.
Passion Pit, all of that shit.
We got that Flight Facility song.
MGMT.
Like,
white people were
I
at
used
the
to
fucking
literally
music
like,
festival.
yes.
LaRue. Remember
was
LaRue
literally
in for the kill?
yes.
That shit just makes you want to do cocaine.
Come on now.
For sure.
Come on now.
You know, you
Yeah.
hear that shit and then French Montana remixed in for the kill.
Yep.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That post, that like pre and post blog
2010
era,
might
American
be
Apparel
it.
era
That might
of
be
white
it.
people was pretty
That
good.
was it.
Yeah.
Fool's Gold was popping.
They need
Yeah.
I feel
Matt
like
Decent was popping.
white people
Yeah.
need a reboot, like for real. Like
I know.
They need another Diplo. Where's your next Diplo?
I don't know. Another one of them might take them.
Might take us back.
Another
They
Diplo.
couldn't
they're
need
done.
new STDs to create another Diplo.
A second Diplo has hit the second tower of white people.
We got herpes 19. Yo, watch. Herpes 19 gonna come out and
Right.
then Diplo 2 coming out.
Yeah, y'all get a different hepatitis every time you
We
get a
got
Diplo.
some new shit. I don't want it.
The first one is what put y'all in this situation.
Yo,
Yeah.
we need the next Florida man.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like the best white people
Yeah.
are from Florida, straight
Yeah,
up and
yeah,
down.
no.
Or wherever the fuck
Yeah.
Theo Vaughn is from. Like he's
Yeah.
part raccoon though, that
Yeah,
motherfucker.
Louisiana.
nah.
It's from Louisiana.
They need an antibiotic for the first Diplo before they
Yeah,
can
yeah,
figure
yeah.
out what
I
they're
want to
doing
see
now.
if they can like track Theo Vaughn's genealogy to like Davy Crockett. I feel like he's related to fucking Davy Crockett and like a beaver.
Yeah. No, I think he's definitely
No,
like a
he's-
descendant of someone who didn't decide to go to the West.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
was just like, well, I'm good here. Who
Yeah.
needs gold?
They were like, why would I get rich?
Yeah,
like,
fuck
it's
that.
nice here.
I like logging.
Yeah. His family is straight from the bayou of Louisiana. They
Yes.
never left, ever. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the fucking best, man.
I would love to see.
They
Theo
got
Vaughn.
there, they got beaten to the swamps by Native Americans, and they were like, I mean, well, this is cool. Why would we leave this?
You know what? One other era, I still think everything peaked in 05, but 2016 when Gucci came out was a monster year.
Yeah.
When Kodak had the
Dude.
little Big Pac tapes.
Yes. Yeah.
Summer 2016. No one will ever let it go.
2016
Like it's
was
like
mean.
this. It's like a ghost now. Like everyone
Yeah.
always talking about summer 2016.
People
It was the
love
last time I was
2016.
happy, and I'm
I
like,
think
damn,
Future had
dude, that was-
DS2 that year.
bleak.
Future had DS2 2016. That was
Yeah, it was a good
peak
time.
Molly time, bro.
That was a
Yeah.
nuts year.
But that
man.
was like also before Instagram became the way that it is. Like it was before you had like I don't know, there was a freedom about it.
Yeah, we were just
I
like
was
collecting
mentally-
images
I was
then,
mentally
not
well,
knowing.
you
and
didn't
then
feel
it was
as
all,
like surveilled
yeah,
by everything.
Yeah.
Everything wasn't being
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
so looked at.
Yeah, and
your
it
Instagram
wasn't-
could look kind of cursed and
yeah. You didn't need to be cool on the internet. Like it just wasn't
Yeah.
a thing. And
Yeah,
now
everyone
I
had
feel like
shitty photos.
kids
There's
are-
like many shitty
Yeah.
photos.
yeah.
Then people started editing and like
Totally.
taking photos off. I'm like,
That's when you would like go to Soho and there'd be like a girl with a photographer taking
Yeah.
pictures in a Zara fit, and you were like, "What is going
Yeah.
on? Like this is for IG."
I don't know. I think it's gonna circle around. Like it's
It has
gonna,
to.
we're gonna hit
For
like
sure.
critical mass on all this shit.
Yeah.
And you know, the options are shit keeps getting more insular where like everyone is just like, I'm my own Twitch thing. I'm my own, you know what I mean? And these little lunch tables that we kind of have
Yeah.
of entertainers and cool people keep whittling down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where it used to feel like there were whole communities
Yeah.
of funny people. You know, there was the Seths and, you know, James Franco, you know, we won't talk
Yeah.
about him, but, you know, they had a whole fucking lunch table of dudes that were
Yeah.
hilarious and they make movies together. And then it starts shrinking down to
Yeah.
where it's like now it's Drewski is Drewski.
Yeah.
You know, Zack Fox is Zack Fox.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But who are the communities
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
make people funny? Because
Right.
no one is that
Singular.
funny. Nobody is singular.
Yeah, by
And
yourself. You have need
nobody.
other energy for
Nobody.
sure.
You know, Danny McBride is funny because of Jody Hill. He's
Yeah.
funny because of the
For
people who
sure.
can write Eastbound
Yeah.
and write Righteous Gemstones. So
Yeah.
that's what I worry about for the future of just entertainment and like in media is like, how do we strip down all these barriers and get back to the point of like, we're all actually making things together?
Yeah.
Because now it's just like everybody's shooting off 7 Dragon Balls, you know?
I'll tell you something, man. Like, I want to know your experience in Hollywood, but Julius, should we hit the light too? Just because it got dark 1 second.
Dark in here.
But like, you know, the thing for me is like, you and I came into this town kind of around the same time.
Yeah.
Really, like we were popping around the same time. When you came in, did people hate on you for trying to bring the homies with you? Because like, I have so much trouble getting respect for like the friends that I would like to bring with me to like write on projects or work on projects. Like, did you feel that same thing, or did they let your homies come with you?
I mean, I still feel it. Like, you know, and it's so like implicit and unspoken, especially with like, you know, being black out here, because all black stuff out here isn't specific to the type of shit that I want to talk about.
Yeah.
A lot of shit be like I'm not a boat black guy. You know what I mean? I don't hang out on yachts and shit like that. Like, I'm from Atlanta. Like, we go to this club, we go do this. You know what I mean? We're of the earth. We hang out on people's porches. We sit on the green box. Like I'm a country motherfucker, like to the core. Like, I didn't go to Morehouse.
Yeah.
You know,
You're not HBCU.
I'm not a HBCU motherfucker. I'm not a black frat motherfucker. So that's a very specific thing that I'm trying to talk about. And if that doesn't mesh with what you're trying to talk about or your experience, it's like Theo Von trying to talk to a Skarsgård. You know what I mean? Like, those are two different types of white people.
Yeah.
But people out here expecting those to work together is kind of what happens to black entertainers. They just expect all of us to, well, you guys and you guys. And I'm like, I don't want to meet with Kenya Barris, though. I don't.
Yeah, I was just going to say that.
It's not your lane, for sure.
You're not blackish, you're black.
Yeah, I'm just black. You know, I don't have a complex about, you know, my skin color or anything like that. I'm black and I'm from the South. Like, I know, you know what I'm saying? I know my genealogy to a certain extent. But, you know, it's just like that, all that goes into it, and trying to bring your friends into it, because my friends are way more raw than I am. Like, you've met Mexico, like you've seen the motherfuckers that I hang out with. It's like, it could be tough. It could be tough, but that's the fight. Like, I like that.
Yeah.
They also, it's the whole is better. You know what I mean? Like, when you can see a talent like yourself within the context of where you come from, it's even more powerful. You know, it's like, you could eat dumplings here, right? But if we could eat these dumplings in like a Chinese family home dinner with my parents, it's gonna feel different.
Crazy,
You're gonna understand it in a different way. You enjoy it in a different way. And that when I first came here too, I would, even being Chinese, I would have to explain certain things about race dynamics affecting black people that like these studio people didn't understand. Like, I got in trouble on Fresh Off the Boat because they were like, all right, we're gonna have a black kid, an Asian kid, and a Jewish kid go to a Beastie Boys concert. Isn't America great? And that was supposed to be my line. And I was like, yo, why do they have to go to a Beastie Boys concert? And they're like, it's just like amenable rap. Like, you know, like it's like people understand it's family friendly, like the Beastie Boys are cool and it's like multicultural, like Jewish rappers. And I was like, they haven't gone to a black rapper show yet on this show. Why is the first one gonna be a Jewish rap group, you know? And like, much respect to the Jewish community, that it's not about the Jewish, it's about the like not blackness of it. And they were like, well, what's your first concert? And I was like, dog, I saw Outkast at the House of Blues in Orlando. That's my first concert. Field Mob opened for them in 1996.
Jesus.
Like, that was the concert I went to. And I was like, why can't you just say that? And they're like, we're not gonna say Field Mob. I'm just like, you'll say Outkast. You know what I mean? Like, Outkast, everybody knows Outkast. They have a double album. You know how good you have to be to have a double album? They're better than the Beastie Boys. And they wouldn't change it. They wouldn't change it. So they rolled the tape and the line was, isn't America great? And I go, isn't America 3/5 great? And it was just like, Eddie's gone.
Damn.
That was it.
Wow.
Thanks.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
And I was just like, cool. I threw like a couple mil out the window.
Right.
Because I missed out on 100 episodes of a network show voicing it. But I was happy because I'm gonna be able to tell my kid, like, you gotta stand for something.
Yeah.
You gotta stand for something. It's hard out here.
Yeah, it is, man. And it's like there's a few who get to go up there and really, really do it. I got a ton of respect for, you know, Donald and Quinta and Issa and dudes over at Southside and, thankful for what we were able to do with Bust Down, you know what I mean? Because it's very, very hard to go up to, white-owned media conglomerates and say, I'm gonna use your telephone to communicate my blackness or my story to black people, because you're using their telephone. So your shit that you're trying to say is gonna get encrypted and, recombobulated, and the shit that you're saying is going through their frequencies. You see what I'm saying? And that part of that can't be helped. You're gonna lose certain battles because it's their phone. They're giving you millions of dollars to make your television show. Who the fuck are you? That's what they're saying.
Yeah, at the end of the day.
Who the fuck are you?
And that's the shit I'm learning now, where I'm like, all right, I do need to have some manners using your phone. I could have handled that discussion about the Beastie Boys a little bit different.
Right.
I probably could have had a meeting and sat down, hey guys, what do you think about this? Instead I was like, nah, you fucked up. And it's like, yo, if I want to win and I want to help the people I want to help, who I think I'm telling representative stories, I gotta learn to fucking talk on the phone the right way and be respectful doing business. And that's real game. That's real game.
That's game, bro. That's game. It's like, that's the whole thing. Is like, I look at how Quinta moves and I'm like, you're a fucking genius. You know what I mean? And so much of it is like, you can't even learn that because it just is who Quinta is. But the way that she can, get those certain little wins where you see certain jokes make it in Abbott. And I've seen jokes that were written for me not make it. And, we were like, oh man, that was a funny thing, but whatever. Whatever, like, what's this alt? What's this? What's this? What's that? And the little wins that she does get, I'm like, that took a very specific black woman from Philly to go, no, it's gotta be this thing. Totally. And the way that she said it can make a whole network and a dead Walt Disney, the corpse of Walt Disney, go, all right, you got it.
That is the art.
That's powerful.
That is the art. I think as like immigrants, people of color, like, that's actually what we have to be the best at to get on. I think there's more than enough of us that are talented, that got like the hit, but it's that part of the game inside the game, that is the hardest thing, at least for me.
Sure. Yeah. Same. It's like you can't lose that. You know what I mean? Like, for both of us, because we're both like in a, I would say like everybody is in an ebb and a flow of like, you're doing things and then you're reeling from doing those things and you're doing things again, but we're still relatively new to the idea of entertainment. Like, we just, like, you are new, you know what I mean? Whether you want to think that you are or not, like, you're new to the world. And it used to be, you were new for like a decade. Like, used to be new for a long time into people's minds.
Chris Rock was new for a minute.
He was new for a minute, but now people want to rush you and make you feel like, oh, well, where's your thing? I'm like, dog, I'm chilling. You know what I mean? Like, the pressure to make things and the pressure to like always be relevant and always be in front of somebody is why you are not seeing 10-year careers anymore. It's why you're not seeing 20-year careers anymore, because motherfucker, you burnt out in the first 2 years. You got a TV show and then you did your thing and then you walk in the fashion run shunt and then
you're in every cover. You're in every cover.
Everything. Now what? You don't go nowhere after that.
There was a producer that taught me some shit early on, and I really remembered it. Exactly what you're saying. He said it in a succinct way. He was like, Eddie, one thing I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna get everywhere you wanna go. If you remember, don't try to be seen before you're ready to be seen on something. And I was like, oh, that's game.
For sure.
That's real shit. And it's just like, you gotta make sure you good at this before you be seen. Cause I'm like, I could do this and I could do that. He's like, you can and you will, but like, make sure you're ready. And like, that's the other thing you were talking about, how it's like, they have trouble here understanding each race, where it's like, there's like, this is a black voice, but it's like, there's so many different black voices from so many communities. Same with the Asian community. And it's like, we're in this early phase now where they keep selecting the people who like speak about us broadly. And I'm like, yo, this is really interesting because we're not even from the same countries.
Well, that's just the the poison of like liberalism, and that's it. And its whole entire. You can apply that same kind of like that gripe to government and economics and everywhere, because what liberals in media do is, you know, a bunch of black people or a bunch of Asian people demand something. You know what I mean? They might even be not even demanding something media-wise. Yeah. They might be demanding something economically. Yeah. Oh man, like we ain't got no food, we ain't got no housing, da 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 da. Okay, they're getting kind of mad. Let's make a few of them famous.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's make some of them famous.
Yeah.
Let's make some Al Sharpton.
Let's get them up here. Let's let them sit in the chair. Mm-hmm. They don't give a fuck who sits in the chair. No. You know who gets to sit in the chair? Whoever finishes the outline first. Whoever puts in the spec scripts first.
Yep.
Who is the nicest? Who does not say, hey man, why Beastie Boys? Why not Outkast? The motherfucker who goes in there and goes,
love Beastie Boys.
Love that. That's who gets to sit in these chairs first.
Yeah.
It takes a while. It takes a fight to get a Donald Glover in Atlanta. Yeah. You know what I mean? It takes a fight.
That was the illest fight ever. He's like the Rocky of television. I read every fucking interview about Donald Glover because I'm like, he pulled off the impossible.
Yeah.
That dude, whether you like his art or not, whatever, I don't care. His level of skill in getting on and bringing his people with him is so ill. That dude is Moses.
Yes, 1,000%. And it's like, that's the fight. You know what I mean? Like choosing to not be what their version of Neo is, you know what I mean? And like, they're never gonna care about which Asians don't like other Asians. They don't care about which motherfuckers from Korea don't like other Korean. So they definitely don't care about the difference in between these different countries and different nations and different cultures and ethnicities all in between. They're like, we don't give a fuck. Like, it's a bunch of white men. Like, they're Asian, just fucking, just
they're like, we did our job.
We're trying to hit check marks here so we can keep you motherfuckers happy, so you don't say that we're racist and then we have a money crisis on our hands because people are calling us racist.
Yeah.
Which is so sinister. It's almost
sinister.
worse.
It's
worse. It's insane.
It's like George Floyd
and they
died.
pick the ones of us
Green
that are
light
the most
all black
stereotyped.
shows, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Totally.
Green light them.
Yeah.
Yep.
And 2 years later, where did all those shows go?
Yeah.
We don't know. Fuck. I don't know. Well, shit.
Yeah.
Well, the next time something happens, you know what I mean? And
Yep.
the same thing happened in the 90s. You know what I mean? You had riots out here. It was real. Like, you can look at television and media and see what the heart of the people, where it was at in that year before. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you see a bunch of queer shows on television,
Yeah.
that's great. That's awesome.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you 2 years or a year prior, there was something going on with queer people where they were saying we're not being heard in the right way. And capitalism, liberalism goes, I know how you could be heard.
Yeah.
What if Walmart gave you, you know what I mean, a specific deal, just this one guy, because that, you know, and sadly that works for a lot of people. When you paint Black Lives Matter on the street, we the black, like, artistic, leftist, whatever, we might go, man, that's dumb as fuck. But a lot of our parents, a lot of people who, you know, aren't thinking deeper about it are just like, sick.
Yeah,
cool.
It's a win.
That's a win.
Yeah. They pick the writers and shows that, like, so directly, bluntly, and with like a very like rudimentary instrument are just like, this is the cause and this is what we should do. And it's like, oh, that was the broadest statement. That's the least painful to us to hear. That's the least analytical. 5-show deal. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Yeah.
And
like,
that's the thing about using their telephone, what I was saying earlier, like, you go over there and you start, I was talking to Terrence Nance about this, because he has, I don't know if you watched his show at HBO.
Yeah, Flyness.
Yes, Random Acts of Flyness. And he was like, bro, take your time with this shit, because once you get over there, you're going to realize this is a fight. You know what I mean? You're still using their money and their frequency to communicate your idea. It's going to be a battle. You're trying to tell them about them on their thing, on their dime. And he's another fucker where I'm looking at him like, clapping it up for him.
Yeah.
Because how the fuck did you do that?
Yeah, he's a samurai. You get a show like that on, you a samurai. That's the thing. It's like
You talking about them on their shit.
Yeah. See,
Of course they're gonna be like,
business.
no, you can't get another camera.
Yeah.
No, you can't get another $1 million.
They're trying to spite you where they can.
Yeah.
This is the interesting thing about the way culture works in this country. Because of the work that people have done politically in our communities fighting, now all these corporations have mandates to be like, we gotta make 2 Asian shows and we gotta make 5 black shows, we gotta make these.
1000%.
And then they look at us writer creators and it's like, all right, everybody line up. Whoever, try to hit the bullseye. Whoever has the worst aim, like, get him a show. Get that motherfucker a show. He don't know what he's talking about. Yeah, he's ineffective.
He shot first.
Yeah, and he not gonna shoot us dead.
Right.
Like, give that person a show. All right,
1000%.
you on ABC, sir.
Damn,
You know,
that's a perfect way to put it,
the
man.
ones that shoot real good, like let's say you, right? You know, a few other people.
Yeah.
You know, shoot good. You know what? Let's get you in a development deal.
Let's get you a
get you in
blind.
development.
Let's get
You
you a
know-
blind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's get you a blind.
Let's
and
get you a
know-
mommy and a daddy.
Yeah, you know what? You need a parent. You know how many?
yeah.
Every single one of our projects are like, so we love the voice, love the story. Let's get you a parent on this show.
Yes.
You know, and it's always just like the white dude who's gonna make money with you,
Yes.
or just kind of like keep you learning the things you need to learn.
1000%, bro.
You know,
That is the whole crux of it, man. Like it's Terrence put it in the whole season of Random Acts of Flyness is kind of based on this idea of the pirate and the king. And he was talking about his experience on Space Jam with me, and because he was fired from it famously from the new Space Jam. And
Yeah.
Terrence's vision for Space Jam was going to be something so revolutionary and very deep and kind of saturated with the ideas of like forced masculinity on young, poor black boys to be into sports.
Okay.
And just what that means. And then like that folding out and that having the fucking Looney Tunes on it. Like that would be some like
Crazy.
mind-bending
see,
shit.
that's a kill shot.
That's a kill shot.
That dude's 17,000 feet away. It was like bang,
That's a
JFK.
sniper shot. Exactly.
That's a JFK shot.
Right.
They were like, no.
And then,
Just get that gun out of that man's hand. Terrence, give us that gun back.
Right. So that he's talking to them about that and, you know, trying to get it into the vision. And they're like, you know.
They're like, hey man, get King Barris a
They're
screwdriver.
like,
Yeah.
like, how about you get out of here? And, you know, he was kind of talking to me about like, because I was like, man, like, you know, I see some motherfuckers who can like go in there and they can talk to these network heads and they can talk to these people and they're so effective. They go in there, they come out and they have a fucking overall or some shit.
Yeah.
But they go in there, they talk to them, they have a greenlit season. You know, my good friend Sam J is like that. She's a talker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She knows how to go in there and sauce. And he was like, that's because you're a pirate. And I was like, what you mean? He was like, you're a pirate, she's a king.
Interesting.
And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just about what people are and knowing that about yourself. You know, what do pirates do? They're usually kind of sickly. Their wealth ebbs and flows. Sometimes they're so interested in treasure that they hide it from themselves and compete with themselves to find it.
They
in other
burn shit
lives.
down.
Yeah.
They burn shit
For
down.
sure.
They travel in packs of, you know, one-eyed, you know, three-toothed motherfuckers.
Yeah.
They have tenacity. They tell the truth. Sometimes they're truthful to a fault. And kings are, you know, not to the opposite degree, but they're much more about like, let's settle.
Yeah.
Let's build a kingdom. Let's expand. Let's make sure that this motherfucker stays up.
Yeah.
And let's be, one, diplomatic, and two, you know, dominating and get what we need. But when a king needs treasure, they talk to a pirate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or when a pirate has treasure, who does he need to actually parlay that into wealth? A king.
Yep.
And the way he broke that down in the concept of just entertainment or just art in general is that like there is a synthesis and a symbiotic relationship between kings and pirates. It's not one or the other. It's not about you trying to force yourself to be one or force yourself to be the other. You probably know what you are. You know who you are.
Yeah.
I know I talk about pussy on the internet. I make ass jokes, you know what I mean? I was in Crusoe, like we made Bust Down, like that was a pirate ship that we were able to make. But Sam being a part of that, she's such a king, she can speak with such force and and you know, she's so diplomatic. I would say Quinta's a king. You know what I mean?
Not for nothing, dude. I do really think you a king. Like, I'm not just gassing you. Like,
sure.
I think you and I are like the pirates, like Rafer Alston.
I think I'm a king in the same way Danny McBride is a king. You know what I mean? Like, but Danny McBride is a king pirate.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say.
Name one time you've seen Danny McBride walking Fashion Week or trying to have his picture taken. He don't give a fuck about none of that shit.
No.
Because he got real pirates on go. They literally, not even joking with you, Danny McBride and them bought an island.
So fly.
Where they all go, like some pirates, and write their television shows together as a team, as a community. And that's kind of, you know, full circle what I'm talking about here is like the most important thing is like, even on a, not even on just a black level, like on a internationalist level, like Asian motherfuckers, Armenians out here, I don't care who you are, like find who is like-minded and make a lunch table with them, because when you travel as a rank, it's harder for these, you know, the Agent Smiths who are behind the walls at HBO and all the big networks. It's harder for them to go. They just kind of get frustrated and they go, you know what, you got it. Yeah. That's what Donald did. He just you don't go like punching them. You just have so many people that their punches, they just get tired.
Yeah, you're persistent.
You know what I mean? Like,
that's what you have to do.
You know?
And the thing is like that you're talking about the lunch tables. I think like you watch ball, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Growing up, I remember people be like, oh, Charles Barkley, he's not that great because he never won a championship. Allen Iverson, not that great. He never won a championship. Like, AI took a game from the Lakers by himself. By himself. I was like, that's the greatest ball player in the world in that moment right there. You can't tell me Allen Iverson's not the greatest ball player right now. And even though you never won a championship, I'm just like, I don't really care what you got to say. I think AI is the greatest.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing about being an artist too, is like, people try to get us to talk about like which lunch table is better. Obviously, you're gonna think the table you're at is the best, and you got good reasons for why it's the best. But if you stop paying attention to Oscars or independent, like Spirit Awards, or just, you know, forget all the shit and just be like, yo, my table liked what we did, amazing.
Yeah.
Because the idea of getting us to compete like for one crown is I think a false thing.
Yeah.
I think each table got its own crowns to hand out, and like being at that table that's all it is.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, 1000%. I think like we got a lot of just weird, outdated metrics for you know, measuring art. Measuring art for the marketplace is not the same as measuring it for what it did for your soul, your heart. There's shit that I watched that was box office trash. That moved me, you know what I mean? And moved lots of people sometimes, you know? And when you put it just to that metric, that's the only fence, that's the only thing that matters, then you're gonna start shaving yourself down to fit into whatever shape hole they give you. And you might get through it. You might, like that Japanese game show where you gotta do this shit because there's a hole moving towards you so fast. It's moving so fast that you're like, fuck, I gotta do this. And you might get it 3 or 4 times, you might, but now what? You've been shaven down. Like, what made you special is now in a bucket somewhere, it's chum. And what they're gonna do is take that chum and dump it on the next guy and give him all of that. They'll give your swag away. They will clone a Eddie or a me, the two motherfuckers who will not talk and won't make a fuss, or who will do the thing. They'll put it on them, and it'll be a worse version of what you were trying to create, the mid version of what you were trying to create. So
when an idea is powerful enough, they're like, we could water this down 30% and it's just right. Just right.
And it could be your life story. It could be like your mama's name.
It was my life story, dog. I watched them just like play out a fake life. This shit is fucking crazy, man. This shit is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But like, you know, like, well, let me ask you this. What do you think is going to be for you? I don't want to talk about it in terms of like the next level, but like, I'll say for me, right? I think for me to become a better artist or have at least the opportunity to make the best versions of my shit is I really got to learn how to be a team player. I got to like not expect everyone to see it the way I see it, to respect like that. I got to be more of a team player and not try to like go for 40 every night. Like, I gotta move the rock.
Yeah.
But what about you?
I would say it's a lot of the same, you know, and it's hard because the model and the way this shit is set up and the way just not even entertainment, but the way just like life and, you know, worship culture and you know what I mean? Like idol worship is a very real thing that affects all of this stuff. You have to force it. You have to break that shit off of you. You have to like defame yourself so you can get back down to a ground level where it's easy for you to sit and respect someone else. You know what I mean? And be like, we're on the same team. But that idol thing might still exist in someone else's mind. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's almost like a deprogramming the people that you work with. You know what I mean? Everybody that I work with is not famous. But everybody that I work with, I'm not trying to have them thinking that, oh, we're just making my thing. Yeah. I'm trying to have us thinking we're making our thing. Yeah. And if I gotta come up, pull up, and fucking dunk or do whatever I need to do, I will do that. But let's make funny things that start to involve everyone at the table. You know what I mean? That's what made Seth Rogen's movies great. Yeah. Is that there might have been a star because there has to be in a film. You know what I mean? There has to be 2 or 3. But you could really feel everyone getting off their shots. And Always Sunny, you could feel everybody getting off their shots. Eastbound and Down, you can feel everybody hooping from April to Stevie to whoever. And you know, you watch a lot of shows where you can tell it was built off somebody's identity and someone's idol worship now. And you're like, this is just an individual win. This is just you in your bathroom mirror. Sure. I don't feel anybody else being funny in this.
It's a 60-point loss. Like you went for 60 and your team lost.
Exactly.
I do everything with Natasha now. Yeah. Like every single thing we outline together. I used to never outline.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, man, because I used to not outline because once I wrote the outline, it felt so sterile and cold. And then I just throw it away and then write from just the top of the dome again. But now because we outline together and it feels like alive, then there's like energy and I write a scene and I show it to her and then I go back to that outline and it's just like, having a partner to play with, it just makes it so much better. Like, because when I did Wong's World, that was the only time I ever felt like I was on a team. Besides, with Boogie too, but Boogie, I wrote that script completely dolo. And it's just like, man, even on the writing side, you need a teammate. 1,000%. The ball's gotta move. Like, you can't just be in your head. And that's the biggest thing I've changed is that I used to think about everyone on the team helping me make the best show. And that was bad. I think it wasn't like insidious. It was just like, that's what I thought. I'm gonna need you to do this and you to do that and then I'll do my job.
Team captain type shit,
Yeah, but now I'm like, when you're the captain, you gotta just know you the captain and not really mention it and be like, what can I do to get you the best shot on the floor?
To the hoop,
Yeah, because like if you start scoring 2 and you're doing your thing, bro, we're gonna be a better team. Like now instead of going to the DP and being like, all right, this is what I want, can you achieve that? I'm like, what are you thinking? What would you like to do? And what tools and resources do you need to get that shot off?
That's it. And you can see it in art, you know what I mean? Even outside of like what the plot is or what people are saying or anything like that, like you can see it being narrated to you in art. I can tell what things were made in a dominating, overbearing way. I can see it communicated to me perfectly. It comes across in the wash. You know what I mean? Like Tyler Perry's stuff isn't like that way for no reason. It's because a motherfucker's trying to be Kobe, the announcer, the ref, the audience. Like he's trying to be everything.
His name on everything.
You're crushing it into nothing. When all of this is like one massive organism that's made by people. You know what I mean? And that's the beauty of art. And getting back to that, it feels like we're like speeding up in like internet and like celebrity worship, but we kind of have to get back to that. And I'd say another big thing is like, you know, buyers and like the development cycle has become like so bloated and so insane within the past 10 years where, you know, people's livelihood, when the whole HBO Max thing happened with Discovery, like 50 animated shows get thrown out of the window. You know what I mean? People's life stories.
Yo, yours was one of them too? Mine got thrown out the window.
Dog, it's a lot of people's shit.
March 2022, they were just like chinos. It was like they bought it at the Stop Asian Hate, and then people wasn't graffitiing Stop Asian Hate, and then it was gone.
Yes.
You know, that's not the reason, but like, you know, the timing was funny.
The timing is
I'll
funny.
keep it funky. It was really the merger.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with creative, the merger.
No, it's the merger.
The guy that bought it
But
left.
that's what's worse to me.
know.
You know what I mean? I would much rather bring my project to someone and go, hey, what do you think about this? And they go, you know what? No.
Yeah, we don't like it.
Creatively, no. I would go, wow, thank you so much. I'll just go over to this guy and ask him. But when my thing is a tax write-off, and it's tossed out because of that, well, that's just, you know what I mean? And not to complain, there's always going to be whatever, but this business is like, I was talking to my homie Mecky Leaper about it, and you know, we were talking about how this is just development with network specifically is like it's like trying to throw a baby over 13 wood chippers.
Bro.
Yo.
You
really
might make it past that 10th wood chipper.
Yeah.
But that 11th one might just be like
Thanos, dog.
Right,
You didn't even know the 11th one was there.
You didn't even know.
You hit the 10 and then they fucking put
They
the
put
11th
it
one in,
in
and
there.
then you were like, yo.
You're like, who is this guy?
You know,
Like,
I like it
spitting,
because
and,
she got
I get
fresh
fired
eyes.
up. Well,
Babe,
because
you're-
I'm not in this industry. Like, I literally, like, I have nothing to do with it. And then we started our relationship, and now I work with you, and I'm seeing everything, and I'm unjaded. Like, I'm with baby eyes, and I see how fucking crazy this is, and just how mentally, like, I'm worn out, and I'm like, this isn't even my shit. I haven't even been here. Like, I've been here for like 5 seconds, and I can already see how ass backwards this shit is, and how much they play with people and play with people's time and play with your money, because they're like, oh yeah, you're gonna get that show on. We got it from you, right?
Yeah.
And then it comes down to it, you're at that meeting and they're fucking like, they're like jacking you off for 6 months, and they're like, yo, this show's ill, we love you, like this is everything. And then you get to the meeting and they're like, actually, we fired half our staff and now you just can't have your show.
People
And
came
then
to our
you
house,
thought-
ate our food, looked us in the eyes, shook our hand, was like, we getting you
But
on.
you also plan your life. Like, people don't understand in this business, you're not just, if you do have a steady check and you do have a fucking salary, God bless. But you kind of, if you think, oh, cool.
We're pirates.
In June 2024, that show's getting on, you're planning your financial future for that too. And people don't understand that. When that goes away, then it's like hustle time. You're like, oh shit, that didn't go on. What do we do? How do we get, like, what's the next thing? What's this? What can we sell? Like, it's mentally
Two shows
taxing.
didn't get picked up, we drinking kids juice.
Right.
We fucking drinking honest
Motherfuckers
kids,
gonna be eating
bro.
Panera Bread bowls.
And
And then put the bowl on her head as a hat.
Right.
Yeah, man, it's been crazy
It's
for her
wild.
to watch, because
Yeah.
It's wild.
it helped me so much though, because then I was like, I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
They making me feel crazy.
But I think it's also, I know there's so many other people making important work, and I see just your perspective and what you want to put out in the world, and then I turn on HBO and I see what's available. Like, not HBO, they have some good shows, but then every other show, I'm like, yo, this is the shit you're actually putting out. This is the shit you're investing in. And this is whole networks and productions and people and writer. And I'm like, this is what you decided on? There's really talented people that just aren't getting on, and for what reason?
Arbitrary
I'm so
ones.
naive
Completely
to it, and I'm just like,
arbitrary,
this is blowing my mind.
Completely arbitrary. Like, I've seen, when Midnight Gospel, which was one of the best animated shows I've seen in probably, I don't even know how long. When that got canceled, that was Pendleton Ward's, baby that he made with Duncan Trussell at Netflix. And when that went away, I was just like, that's when, because animation was my first love. I was like, dum dum. That's when like the jump scare music started. But, regardless of it, it's like, you can never get cynical about it. The worst thing that you can do is like place your worth or your self-value in this shit.
Yeah.
Because once you lose or you've lost in this this abstract world, then now you want to just delete your whole self, or you want to quit.
Totally.
This to me is all extra. Being funny and being like, getting directly to people is the best thing. That's what you have to put value in.
For sure.
And I'd say like, you have to really like, we have to develop in every single way, bro. You gotta, like, if we know that we're, coming from being black, from being Asian, from being poor, from being all these things. Well, we already had to work 3 times to get to this level. So what the fuck makes you think that stops now? And I'm talking to myself, because I've had moments where I get into my my self. Everybody self pities. You always. It's easy. It's easy to self pity and then blame. Yeah. You blame outward. You know what I mean? And sometimes it is the fault of the system or whatever. Sure. But now what? Yeah. Because who cares? You know what I mean? And I'd say, landing on the point of you always got homies and you can always make a thing. Yeah. You can always make a thing. Like, we're about to go just start shooting. We were like, man, me and Mecky had a cool idea. And he was like, man, we could take this to, so-and-so over at FX, or, actually, maybe Amy over at HBO will fuck with this. And then we were like, actually, what if we just go shoot like 5 minutes of this ourselves with our own money? And then if they want it, they know exactly what we're talking about. They know what it looks like. They know what it feels like. They know what the jokes are. Yeah. They know the camera work, da-da-da-da-da. Yes or no? Yes. Because then it's like, a lot of development to me is already silly, because it's like trying to describe a song that you want to make to a motherfucker. So, okay, so is the hi-hat going to be on every 16th, right? And then the 808 going to come in, it's going to be like, bah! And then Rihanna going to come in, right? And of course the motherfucker sitting at the desk is like, that sounds fucking fantastic. Oh my God. Yeah, I would love that. But they ain't heard the song.
And then they get the right to fuck with it.
Yeah.
Then they go, what if Rihanna came in actually in the hook, And then what if it was like this? What if it was like this? And if you have to keep saying yes, because it's their money. Yeah. And then they make the song that they got to make, that they put together, and they go, I don't really like it. I don't really like you.
That's literally the process.
That's development.
That's development.
That is development. And the best way to develop, I would say, is just make your thing. Take your money, because then it's your responsibility, so you feel more connected to it.
Yeah, you're gonna go harder.
You're gonna go harder. Make that thing, and make it in a way where you would show it to a network, or you would show it to your millions of followers on Instagram or whatever. Make it in that way, so that if they do say yes to it, that'd be great, but they're not gonna buy your show. Yeah. Go into everything with the assumption that they're not gonna buy your fucking show. Because even if they did buy it, they might change their mind in 6 months.
Exactly.
So make things the same. I try to make things the same way I fucking tweet, or the same way I make a song. My fans are gonna see this and they're gonna judge it, and that's what should scare me. Not the developers scaring me. I should be scared of how people are gonna receive this and want them to like it. Totally. Because that's what's so you might put something out. You know what I mean? You might take it to all the networks or whatever. Everybody says no, put it out. It blows up that way. And now you got the networks running to you or whatever. Yeah. Maybe they don't, maybe they do. But like, at least you got to make a thing and get it out there. And you don't have this creative constipation or blue balls where you developed a whole show with this network and they jerked you off and then you didn't get to come.
That's the worst, bro.
It's about getting the
That's the worst. Like, I gotta bust a nut.
Right.
Actually, for men doing art, it's just like, this is what it's like to be a woman.
Right.
Oh my God, yes.
Motherfucker.
This is our payback. This is our payback.
This is what it is.
This is what it is.
Damn, we must have served some bad dick. No, I'm kidding. To have the karma of getting blue balled like this, like I had an animated show too, and that's the worst, because once you animate it, that's 3 years.
Yes. Yeah.
You did a 3-year bid on this show.
Yeah. A president. That's a president. Yeah. A president came and went.
Yeah. Everyone's minds changed in between.
Yeah.
But and then, go ahead.
No, the other thing I was just gonna say too about like the development is I now have the Zatoichi, the blind swordsman strategy. You ever seen Zatoichi?
Yeah, of course.
So you know how they like to do like blind deals, or they like to do like, oh, we'll buy it without the script. Because I would have shit written and then my reps would be like, it's a little specific, goes a little hard. Let's sell it with the pitch, with the deck instead, and don't tell them you have a script. I'm like, all right, cool, but I got one. They're like, all right, cool, but we're gonna tell them you don't have one. I'm like, that's what's been working.
Yeah.
Have it written out, but then tell them you don't got it, and then be like, okay, look, man, I got so excited after that deal was made. Check it out.
Here you go.
Check it out.
Payment. Yeah.
Exactly, they're step one of the deal.
Right.
But that's what I started doing, man, is selling without the script when you have the script in your back pocket.
Yeah.
But
That's smart.
yeah,
That's smart as
you
fuck.
know, you've been here long enough, you start figuring some new pirate shit out. Man.
Dog, for real, for real.
But dude, thank you for being on the show, man. This was amazing.
This was fun as hell.
Like I would keep
Best.
doing, I would stay, but Julius is like doing the hot potato over here. I could feel him.
I know his calf's fucking burning.
I know, bro. Yo, your calves are the size of fucking daikon radishes, bro. Oh God, we gotta get you a chair. We gotta get you, Julius, or at least Julius, you gotta use this ball next time, bro.
Yeah, y'all
We
gotta
get
put
you the
some-
ball,
The ball
bro. Break
is
out
nice,
the ball,
though. The ball's
man.
nice.
Break out the ball.
This is good.
Some hydraulics or
This is
something.
good
Mark.
for your back. It's good for your back.
Yo, Julius is suffering from success, bro. Suffering. But no, this is the best fucking. This is the best episode. Zack Fox,
Hey,
funniest
man.
person in the world.
Hey.
Funniest person in the world.
Dude, thank you, man.
Nah, man. You the,
Thank you for the dumplings, dog.
Me and wifey be in bed, like watching your shit. Oh my God. You know you're funny when your homie has no pants on laughing at your shit. Ah, look at this guy.
With his dick out, like smushed up in between his thighs and shit.
That's how I be watching your videos.
Straight up.
That's hilarious, man.
Yo, this is great.